Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our career, of course, and we had just picked up our trailer and we're getting ready to move on. Now, before I start, I bet you think I forgot yesterday's video. Well, yeah, you're right. I did. I'm sorry. I decided to play some Hearthstone before I got doing my recording. And what was supposed to be what I thought would be a few quick games, well, here, I'll describe it while I'm driving rather than just sitting here. Well, I need a little bit more volume. There we go. What was supposed to be a few quick games in Arena turned into a really fun, I wish I had been recording every last second of it, run until the final two games. For first off, I actually broke my personal record for wins in Hearthstone. The most wins I had ever gotten in Hearthstone Arena was 7, and I actually went 9. And a good fair amount of my wins came as come behind. Out of 9 wins, I think 5 of them were come from behind wins. It was truly, truly tense, amazing, fun, fantastic games. And I was playing a priest, one of my more favorite classes to play. And I had really good cards, not great, just really good cards. And I was just making a lot of intelligent plays, and I was getting good draws, and I got a lot of luck. A lot of times drawing exactly the card I needed at exactly the right moment. And so many times what ended up happening in the come-behind games is that the opponent had me in a tough spot. What are you doing? Do you even know? Are you drunk? Well, anyways, the opponent had me low health, tough spot with an imposing board, and then in one turn, and I do mean in one turn, I'd flip the whole board. And I'd be in the position of strength, and they had like thrown everything they had in, so they're, you know, they have, whatever. They have, jeez. I'm just kind of realizing how steep that hill is. But they had little to no cards, and I had a handful of cards, or in one occasion we were both tapped out, but I had a really heavy board presence, so it was easy for me to control the board. Where for my opponent had nothing and no cards, so he was never able to get back into the game. I just had some really good matches, and for the first time in a while, I had a lot of fun in Hearthstone. Although I'm pretty sure I've used up all of my luck for a very long time, because I got a lot of gold, plus I had daily gold that I received for doing a daily quest, plus I had more gold. I had more gold that I just had left over. So I ended up with quite a bit. And I went to draft another arena, not to play it. I usually just draft it, let it sit a while, and then I'll go and play it when I feel like it. I drafted a paladin, and oh my god, the card draws were awful. There was like maybe 3 or 4 good cards. I mean, I didn't draft bad cards. They were just, well, I drafted bad cards, but because they were just bad. In other words, I didn't pick them on purpose. The cards were just horrible. Almost every draw was terrible. You know, when the best pick of the 3 that you have is a Silverback Patriarch, you know, you're looking at a bad selection. But when every pick you have is like that, man. So I ended up retiring that deck without even trying to play it because I'm almost sure it would have gone 0-3, and especially with me playing it.
What's the matter?
And
okay.
and I redrafted a Druid deck, so I ended up using 300 gold total, which was kind of sad, but not terrible. And I drafted a better deck, although I'm looking at it, and it's probably going to take me back to maybe 3 wins. You know, that's what I usually get, 2 or 3 wins, and then I'm out. I'm not very good at Arena. I'm much better at Constructed. Though I don't play all that much. I usually play a couple games to get my daily quest, and then done. Oh, stop it. Speed limit with change was right there. Really? So that's usually how I play. You know, I play just a couple games and then I'm done with it. I don't really play for rank or positioning or to see how high I can get, or in truth too much for fun. You know, I just got a new Warlock deck that's a bit tough to play because it's really geared for late game, and it has a bit of a difficult time surviving to that point. Unless it gets a really powerful draw. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of draw dependent, but that's just the way it is. And it's still, you know, I still enjoy it. I enjoy playing it quite a lot. I also finally revamped my Hunter deck. It too is a little bit difficult to play, but it's still a lot of fun. And that's kind of how I like things. I like my decks in Hearthstone to be more fun than competitive. If I don't enjoy playing it, then I don't enjoy the game, period. And I staunchly, whatever, refuse to play overpowered net decks. Things like Mech Mage and Face Hunter. I do play a Ramp Druid. I mean, there's really only 2 types of Druids you can play. I haven't thought of any other kind of Druid. So I do play a Ramp Druid, but I play my own spin on a Ramp Druid. So I do play a Control Warrior, but I play my own spin on a Control Warrior. At the very least, if I'm going to play these decks, then I'm going to play them the way I want to play them. So I have certain and specific cards in the deck that differ from what anyone else would play. Like, I don't know if they're still in my Warrior deck or if I finally swapped it out, but I was using Stalag and Hugin for a while, and I was using them with Kel'Thuzad. And I had pulled that combo off several times where Stalag or Hugin would die and summon Thaddeus. You know, well Stalag or Hugin would die earlier in the game, and then I would throw down the other one, and they couldn't be dealt with right away, and the opponent would just, you know, they would like get ready to deal with Thaddeus, you know, like a big game hunter or something, and all of a sudden, bam, Kel'Thuzad. You know? And I'd purposely kill whichever one was on the board, summon Thaddeus, and then that one would come back. And so now you have to deal with Kel'Thuzad. If you don't deal with Kel'Thuzad, you're going to just keep summoning more and more Thaddeus. So I've pulled it off a few times, and it was hilarious. And I think I've recently changed that. I think my Warlock deck needs a Kel'Thuzad in it. It'd be nice. But my Paladin deck is much closer to your A standard net deck. It's kind of hard to find a Paladin deck that isn't, you know, something more of a standard net deck. Even the old version that I was playing for a long time, I mean, the only real difference in it was it didn't have Knife Juggler, and it didn't have Knife Juggler, it didn't have Quartermaster, and it didn't have that one that brings out the 3-1-1s and gives you the 1-4 hammer. That was the only difference. That, and I think I ran Ragnaros, which the standard net deck doesn't. Well, my mage deck is definitely not a mech mage. It's not a freeze mage. It's a much different control style mage. It's tough to play. But if you can pull off its combos, it is so much fun. It's unbelievable. Some of the things you can do with it. I won a game with that mage using a combination that I didn't think would happen. You know, this is where the fun part and the randomness of the game comes into play. I was against Druid, and I was in a bad position. He had Ascension Shieldmaster, which is a 3/5 taunt, if you don't know. Taunt means you have to kill this minion before you kill other minions. If there's multiple minions with taunt up, you can kill any of the taunt minions in any order that you want, but you have to kill them first before you can reach the other minions without taunt. So that's how that works. So, yeah, I was dealing with this. He had Ascension Shieldmaster up. He had a Sunwalker, which is a 4 attack, 5 health Divine Shield, meaning it can absorb 1 hit of damage, or 1 hit of any amount of damage, and not take any. And then it also has taunt. And behind that, he had Kel'Thuzad and a couple other cards. I didn't have a hell of a lot of health left. I was in a bad spot. But I had a trick up my sleeve. He had put down, what was it, 5 minions. And there's a card in the game called Mind Control Tech, where if the opponent controls 4 or more minions, when you play Mind Control Tech, he will take control of 1 random minion, bringing it to your side. I also had another card called Echo of Medivh. This card places a random, or not places random, places a copy of every single minion on your side of the board in your hand as well. So it copies it. So you have everything that's on the board gets copied into your hand. So I had 1 shot. Out of 5 cards on the field, I needed to steal Kel'Thuzad, Sunwalker, and Shieldmaster. I needed to steal 2 of those 3, which meant 2 minions that if I stole, I would probably still end up losing. So I played my Mind Control Tech, and my Mind Control Tech ended up stealing the Senjin. No, sorry, I stole the Sunwalker and brought the Sunwalker to my side. I think I had 1 minion in play, but I don't remember what it was. Brought the Sunwalker to my side, and then I echoed of Medivh and copied all the minions that I had on the board. I don't have high beams on. Anyways, and I copied all the minions on the board. Oh, stop. Stop with the... Oh, I thought the game had crashed. I mean, it literally froze. Hang on 1 sec. I'm going to stop back here. That definitely deserved... getting the recording restarted. I honestly thought the game had crashed because everything just froze, and I don't know if you guys see that or not, but the game literally froze and I thought it was going to crash. I have not had that happen before. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, as I was saying, I played the Echo of Medivh. I got another Mind Control Tech, and I threw the Mind Control Tech down and ended up stealing the Sunwalker. And because I had done that, I forget when or how, but I was able to kill Kel'Thuzad and I ended up clearing his board. In the next turn, I ended up clearing his board, and from there, I played the Sunwalker that I had copied, and he just couldn't get through to me in any way, shape, or form. So he was done. You know. Oh, please stop doing this. God, this is terrible today. It wasn't like this last time. I don't know why it's acting up this bad today. My computer's clean. I did clean it. There is absolutely no need for this. Stop it. You're not loading that much. Oh, I forgot to fuel up before... Oops. I forgot to fuel up before leaving. Oh well. Oh yeah, that was a really fun, intense game, to say the least. Alright, well, there's only one place to go. And I don't really think it's going to get us that much rest. So we shall see. Actually, I got us damn near full rest. Alright. So, I really think that's going to be me done for this video. Again, I know it's short, but you're getting a second one today. I'm going to record the next leg of this trip right away, because I missed yesterday. And this video is short, so this is kind of a makeup, but kind of cheating at the same time. But either way, I really feel like this is what I want to do. So, as I was saying, that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugger, and I am going to be signing out. I'll see you then.